Louie Pinto here. Now, investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies is very risky if you don't know how. That's why we focus on education. I'm extremely proud because over the last 18 years, I've helped thousands of individuals in the wealth education space from around the world. These are people who've attended my live events, and I'm happy to say I haven't had a failure yet. So if you want more joy, more freedom, more wealth, more abundance, you ready?
Let me ask you a question. My name is Louie. Are you ready? Go ahead and type in that you're ready in the chat group right there. Go ahead and type in "you ready." Are you guys ready? You guys excited? I love this. I'm so excited to be here because listen, with change comes opportunity. You might want to write that down because I'll say that 100 times. Just like Melvin. Wasn't Melvin amazing? And first off, before we begin, I want to give everyone, behind the scenes, there's 60, 70 people around the world. I'm in Singapore, I'm in the thing, and they were up all night creating this wonderful experience for you guys. Wasn't Pauline and Ken amazing, and Clive? Listen, give everyone an amazing opportunity there. Now, can you guys hear me? It says soft sound. Can you guys raise up the volume? Soft sound. If you can hear me, give me a big thumbs up. They're saying soft sound. Better, better, better. I will talk louder. So I'm excited here. There we go, right there. So I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to share with you today some secrets of metaverse investing. Metaverse investing. But before, just like every other speaker, I have to give a disclaimer because I'm going to show you opportunities. During the next hour I have with you, you'll probably see 18 to 20 different business or investment opportunities. And if you write down 8, that's great. That means I know you paid attention. So I want you to dance a little bit. I want you to wave your hands. I want to get some energy in yourself because I'm going to go quick. And if you're brand new, write down, give me a 1 if you're brand new to Metaverse, to Bitcoin, to cryptocurrency, to NFTs, give me a 1. Excellent, excellent. Because I'm going to go slow and I'm going to ramp it up. The whole idea for my talk is for you to understand whether or not you need to put time and resources and understand this more. So I'm going to share a lot of examples. I'm going to share my personal examples. I'm also going to share some of my students' examples. And just because they made money doesn't mean you can make money too. You got to, before you invest in anything, as we were here today, you got to really understand it. And with COVID, and we talked about this already. COVID has changed everything. COVID has changed everything. Doesn't it seem like we're doing more and more things online today? Who would agree with that? We're doing more and more things online. Seems like everything is going to go online. And that's why we're here today, because we need to transform ourselves. Our journey is about transformation. Our investment journey is about transformation. It's about transformation. So as we go through this, I want you to put on your investor cap. Okay, so I see a lot of people here. I want you to pretend. I want you to play like my little 8-year-old girl, right? I need you to put on your investment cap. Okay, so let's see it. Let's see. Come on, pretend on your pretend imaginary investment cap. Yes, because as we go through this, I want you to think as an investor, not a consumer. An investor makes money. Consumer uses. So again, put on your investor cap right there. So what is the metaverse? What is the metaverse? Here it is. Here's a definition. A metaverse or Web 3.0 considers of 3 components. How many components? 3 components. First off, it's got to be AI based. What is AI? AI is all about artificial what? Intelligence. Artificial intelligence is like Amazon Alexa or Apple. When if you're a dad and you have Alexa or Apple, it's so much easier than my parents. My parents, I would ask them questions when I'm 6, 7, 8 years old. Dad, what's the biggest building? Dad, how wide is the street? Dad would be like, look it up on the encyclopedias. Can you guys remember? Some of you guys are too young to remember encyclopedias. I remember encyclopedias when we didn't have the first edition. We had like 5 years old. But now my daughter, she goes, Daddy, what's the biggest building in Singapore? Biggest building in the world. I said, go ask your friend Alexa. And we get the information just like that. So times have changed. We have to change with that. The other thing is it's got to be VR or AR. VR means virtual reality, immersive. Imagine you put on these goggles and all of a sudden, like Ready Player One, the movie, or other things, you're transformed into a 3D world. And we'll talk more about that. And the last thing for Web 3.0 is something called decentralization. What that means is most websites, most banks are run by one person or one group, one company. In the metaverse, in Web 3.0, it's not run by one person or one company. It's actually run by the people. And that's the exciting thing about that. A couple other things, this term, metaverse, has been around since 1990s. It's shared virtual worlds over the internet with a focus on social connection, It's different interfaces. So it's virtual reality. You saw the Microsoft video earlier, or 3D headsets owned by Facebook or Meta. And here's the beauty: you own your own digital assets or data. Okay, you own your own digital assets or data. This is beautiful because you can actually get paid. Imagine who here has watched a YouTube video in the last couple of years. Now, when you watch a YouTube video, you see an advertisement, and YouTube gets paid on all that. But imagine if you go to another site that you watch the same video, but you get paid every time you watch a video. Who would love that? Put yes in the chat group. You would love that. You would love to get paid for your information. And that's what I'm talking about. I want you to think different. I want you to think as an investor. So if you had two websites or maybe two browsers, one browser like Google, you get paid $0, or Chrome. One browser like Brave, you actually get paid to go there. So that's the exciting thing right there. Now I'm going to talk about, again, when we talk about VR, there's this headset, which is the most popular. There's many different headsets. This one's called Oculus. Okay, put a 1 in the chat group if you've used these before. Put a 1 if you use these before. They're amazing. They're so, I was very blessed 6 months ago. I was in the US. And my little cousin who's 10 years old. Now, these are all over in the US. They're only like $200, $300 US for these. You put them on, right? And again, technology has transformed in the last few years. You put them on, all of a sudden I'm transformed. I'm walking around a digital city, 3D. I'm walking around. I'm in my parents' basement, right? My parents' basement, trying to get the good angle here, my parents' basement. And then so I'm walking around. I know I'm on the ground floor, but all of a sudden I get in the elevator. This elevator, again, digital, goes up to the 50th floor of a skyscraper. It opens up and there's a plank, and I'm walking on this plank. And again, I knew in my mind I was in my parents' basement, but it's so real to me. I started getting, I'm afraid of heights. Anyone relate that they're afraid of heights? And so again, it's so amazing. And watch this. If you don't believe me, watch this next video. We're gonna play this next video of a young lady in London. She's on the street, but watch her reaction. Watch how amazing it is.
No, I don't like it.
You raise the volume of the video.
Oh my God, it's so tall.
Listen to her.
But I know that it's not really tall. Do I walk on the
Look how
floor?
scared she is.
I can do that because I know my other feet is still, my other foot is still in the lift. Ah! Jesus.
Look at that. And that's what's happening right now. That's what's happening in life right now. That's what the metaverse is. And I'll go more of it. But again, today we have our investor cap on. So I'm going to show you many different opportunities. So you're going to discover today, in the next 45 minutes, you're going to discover 3 things. How many things? 3. 1, why? Why do you need to learn about metaverse investing? Number 2, what is it all about? And number 3, how can you get started today? How can you get started today? So first off, what is meta investments? What is meta investments? Let me get my timer here, make sure I do this. Can somebody come in? Oh, there we go. Here's my timer. So what's happening right now? There's a worldwide financial revolution that is happening right now. You guys seen it everywhere. You heard about Bitcoin, you heard about NFTs, but what's happening behind the scenes? Digital payments and cryptocurrencies are really changing the world. Okay, we're moving away from a cash society to a cashless society. I want you to think about, raise your hand in the last 5 years, or put in there, yes, in the last 5 years, you're buying more things online. Put yes in the group there, put yes in the group there. You're buying more things online, right? And imagine if you can go back in time 20 years ago. If you remember 1995, 1996, 2000, when these big companies came out, imagine if you instead of a consumer and saying, oh, this is kind of interesting, but as an investor says, wow, this is going to change everything. Myself and Ken and some of the other partners of MetaV were talking just a few minutes ago, and we're just so excited because so many of you can get started today. And listen, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, I'll talk more about that. It's on a sale the last couple of days. You can get started for 30% less. And who loves value? Who loves sales? And listen, it's not just me. These are big investors. These are thought leaders. Has anyone heard of Robert Kiyosaki? Rich Dad put RD in the thing. If you heard of Robert Kiyosaki, he predicts Bitcoin will eventually replace fiat money. He's buying right now Bitcoin and Ether, which is Ethereum, as an inflation. Because let me ask you a question, and we talked about this before, Pauline talked about, is your US dollar or Sing dollar buying you more stuff today than it did 5 years ago? No. So this is why we're here, because it's a transformation, it's an evolution. We started many years ago in the barter system, the gold, metal coins, paper money, where I grew up. Some of you guys remember when credit cards came out in the 1960s, 1970s, electronic money, and now it's cryptocurrency. And I'm here just to give you some ideas how you can get started. Because right now, the biggest fear people have, they don't understand it. And if you watch the news today, is the news positive or is it negative? For me, it's actually very negative because they don't tell you the real thing. They have something called clickbait, and you're familiar with that already. They try to get you to do it. So again, as an investor, our job here is to have you look something without emotion, objectively. And here's some opportunities. Remember, 15 years ago, these opportunities, these companies did not exist. And imagine if you put a few $100s, a few $1,000s in some of these companies 15 years ago, where would you be now? Probably very wealthy, right? And why is that? It's because of all of this thing called disruptive technology, or what we call structural change. Structural change is a term that we use, means it's a change in society that we can never go back. Horse and buggy, we'll never go back. Planes versus ships, right? Before, many years ago, before planes, we used to travel by ship. Now it's planes. The phone, the iPhone, the Android, the cell phone. Will we ever go back to a time with landline phones? No. Just like with Grab and Uber, online shopping versus traditional stores, Netflix. Think about it. Blockbuster had an opportunity. Blockbuster, if you're not familiar with it, in the States, they had these discs. I'm sure you remember the street corners. They sold discs everywhere. And then Blockbuster had an opportunity to buy Netflix for about $20 million many years ago. But again, their mindset, we're not going to change. We're doing well with this. If you don't change, you die. Again, I believe with change, there's opportunity. So what's happening right now? And you are in the prime place. Because on the left-hand side, you see the billionaires on Bitcoin. These are the technology guys. The technology guys, they really love, they love, all of them love making money, but they really love to expand the human race. So they're bullish on Bitcoin because it takes the power away from the select, I call them on the right, the old uncles. These guys, hey, these are the banks. The banks haven't changed much. Have you noticed that? And do the banks charge a lot of fees? Yes or no? Put down what kind of percentage you get in your country right now. In Singapore, where I'm currently based right now, less than 1%. US, nothing. Go ahead and put down what percentage. If you're in Malaysia, how much percentage are you getting on your bank account right now? 2%, maybe 3%, right? Less than 1%. So I'm here just to show you some opportunities. And there's a saying in life, if you can't beat them, you join them. If you can't beat them, you do what? You join them. So for many years, the banks try to kill cryptocurrency. And now in 2020, 2021, 2022, most banks out there either currently have a cryptocurrency product or they're about to launch one. These are all the top banks around the world. And again, more and more investors who didn't like Bitcoin 3, 4, 5 years ago when I got started in, they're embracing it because they say, you have to go where the attention is. People want change. People want freedom. Kathy Wood, she runs an investment company called ARK. It's in the States. Made billions of dollars last couple of years for her investors. She goes, the metaverse could be worth trillions of dollars, and it'll affect the world in ways we can't imagine. Imagine, who remembers 1995, 1996 when the internet first came out? We couldn't have imagined what's happening today because of this. This phone right here has replaced so many different things in our life. Made it better in some aspects, and some aspects maybe not so good because people can reach me 24 hours, 7 days a week. And if you work for a job, you know what I'm talking about there. So here are some of the biggest mistakes. Again, I've been around this space for 5 years, and I made a lot of mistakes. My students made a lot of mistakes. Would you guys like to learn what the biggest mistakes in metaverse investing are today? Well, let me share with you. Here are the biggest mistakes right here. Again, thank you for those who are commenting because I love that. I love the feedback. They forget the rules of investing. They forget the rules of investing. They become the gamblers. When you can buy a picture that's $3, an NFT, and flip it a couple of weeks later for $12,000, and I'll show you a story of that, you become like a gambler. You think you know more. There's a saying in my household, just because our bank accounts rise does not make us smarter. Just because our bank accounts rise does not make us smarter. Be humble. Be humble. So the first thing is, if you want to do well in any space, you guys know this, let's recapping, especially with the metaverse space, strong foundation of knowledge. If you want to build a large building, right, you need a deeper foundation. Just like if you want to build a larger investment portfolio, you need a deep foundation right there. Second thing is, I focus on long-term investing. I don't care what the markets did. You know, Ethereum went down to 2,500. It was at $4,000 a month ago. I bought more today. I bought more. I told my friends and family, you know, I don't know if it's the bottom, but it's on sale right now. And again, just like Ken talked about earlier, you want to set yourself up portfolio so you can sleep at night. So again, we talk about this. Ken talks about his defense strategy, his offense strategy, very similar. I put 30% in a security bucket, 50% in a growth bucket, and 20% I personally put in cryptocurrency, you know, because that's higher risk, higher reward. And what does that mean? I don't put all my eggs in one basket. And again, just like I have when I take that 20%, I divide it out. I don't put all my cryptocurrency in one area. So I've got my long-term Bitcoin, Ethereum coins. I got my growth bucket, which are ALT is alternative coins. IG means investment grade NFTs. I do DeFi, yield farming. I'll explain all those. And 20% I put my meme coins, my NFTs, my Shiba Inu, the ones that could go 10,000% up or could go 10,000% down tomorrow. So again, I do have a little fun of that also. So again, higher risk, higher rewards. Yes, diversify portfolio, Shellen. So creating wealth, I'll give you some numbers. You guys know this. The bank account, less than 1%. Real estate, 8, 10%. Stocks, Forex, 20%. You guys definitely more because you really learn this. And cryptocurrency, I've got students around the world who are getting an average of 10% per month, 120% per year. Because now is the time to take control of your life. And write this down again. Type it in there. With change comes opportunity. With change comes opportunity. Because I'm going to give you many, many investment ideas. These are not recommendations. These are investment ideas. And normally when I give an idea, I'm personally investing in myself. Okay. So what is it all about? Number 2. Okay. And we're going to talk about layers because Metaverse is very big. We're going to talk about layers. And there's 3 layers. How many layers? How many layers, guys? 3 layers. 3 layers right here. The clock right here, 3 layers, okay? First one is I'm going to talk about virtual worlds and communities. Virtual worlds and communities. Second one, I'm going to talk about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Last one I'm going to talk about is cryptocurrency. Now, these are separate, but they're also linked together. They're also linked because it's like a cake. You have different layers of a cake, and so it's different experiences, but they're all linked together, and I'll show how it works in a few minutes. Now, imagine we talk about virtual worlds. Imagine you put on this thing, all of a sudden you're around all your Disney characters. If you have kids, if you have a little girl, type in a G. If you have a little girl, type in a G. My little girl is 8 years old. Now she loves Disney. Everyone loves Disney, right? So she's going to say, Daddy, I don't want to buy the regular Oculus. I want the Disney version of Oculus. And then she puts this on, and let's say it costs $5, and she can go in this virtual world where she's surrounded by Disney characters. You think she's going to make me pay? Of course she is. So again, with attention, follow the money. With opportunity, that might be investment. And what's Disney doing? Disney just filed that they're going to take all their intellectual property, all their Star Wars characters, their Pixar characters, and put them online in these virtual worlds. So again, think about this. They're going to make money a couple different ways. They're going to make money on the regular theme parks, right? They're going to make money on the Web 2.0, just their regular websites, and they're also going to make money on Web 3.0. So they have 3 different types of income streams. Think about that for your business, how you can potentially get on Web 3.0 and make another income stream. Now, what about virtual land? Okay, there's these 2, write these down. It's called Sandbox and the Central Land. Now, these are the 2 big virtual land communities. There's many of them. 2 big virtual land communities, and you buy little plots of land. Now, 6 months ago, the smallest plot of land 6 months ago was $300. Today is $13,000. And what you get a virtual land, and then you got to buy and you go to the virtual IKEA, and then you got to do these the pools and stuff. Because when you're in the metaverse, you actually get a digital twin of yourself. They're called avatars, a digital twin. Now your digital twin can look like you. If you think you're very handsome, don't need change. But if you want, I'm joking there, you don't. You can be 6'5", you can have 3 arms, you can be purple. You can create a different identity online versus your in real life identity. Isn't that cool and amazing? So what happens? Again, land. Digital land. A company last year sold these virtual islands, 100 of them, for $15,000 each. Virtual, it's not real, virtual. Today, those are going for over $300,000. $300,000. Now, you might not fully understand it. Listen, it's going to take a little more time to fully understand it. But do you think there's opportunity there potentially? Do you know there's virtual real estate agents? Imagine you buy a big piece of land and you build a virtual office on there. Samsung just spent $4 million to build in Decentraland a virtual store. Now, why do they have it? Because they've got their, their real store you can go to. If you're in Singapore, go to Vivo City, buy something there. You can go to their website. Now you can also go to, if you put on the headset, you go to the virtual store, you can buy different products there. So there's so many different opportunities right there. And again, I want you to open up your mind, right? Type in open up your mind, because this might be non-traditional type things. Again, we just want to show you what's out there. So write down, open up your mind. Because imagine 15, 20 years ago, when the internet came out, most people did not think it would last. Most people said, you know what? I'm not going to read a digital book. I'll never read and watch TV on my phone. Now think about, more people use this to consume digital information, TV, Netflix, versus a big screen TV. Justin Bieber, he just did a concert a couple of weeks ago in the Metaverse. So there, and so again, for Justin Bieber, he had his avatar, it looked like him. And then, but he can buy different types of clothes, Nike, Dolce & Gabbana, different things like that. And you can party. There's clubs right now who are buying space, or they're buying land, Zook and some other companies. Imagine those like there, where you can go in and do a digital version of a concert there. And again, when you're there and you have your avatar, do you just want regular shoes or do you want Nike? So Nike's, again, making virtual shoes, limited edition. And why does Nike like it? Because again, if they miss out, that's billions of dollars there. Now, here's some other opportunities. What about digital classrooms? The last 2 years, most students around the world, especially colleges, did it from home. My daughter had to do months and months a year ago at home. It was boring. It was Zoom. It was boring. You guys know that. But imagine if you can put on these goggles and walk around and interact with their friends and their peers and play games. Listen, if you're in Singapore, give us a couple of weeks. You can come to our, innovation lab and try these on yourself. These headsets, they're incredible. I was playing with one. I got my daughter one. It arrived yesterday. Played with it for 2 hours. I'm sitting there playing tennis with this thing, and I'm cursing at the screen because of tennis, but it's so lifelike. Then I put a yoga app on, and all of a sudden I'm transformed to Thailand, and I'm on top of a building, and I'm doing breathing. So many different opportunities. What about shopping? What about shopping? Right now, Walmart or any of these big stores, they have a physical store. They also have the Web 2.0 version like this. And now they're getting the Web 3.0. Again, Web 3.0, very immersive, very immersive. You put on the goggles. Listen to this. Watch this. Play this video right here where you're going to see how Walmart's taking advantage of the space. Can we play this?
Great. Looks like you need a good wine pairing. Take a look to your right. Your age has already been pre-verified through your profile, so no need to wait for an ID check. Just place the item in your cart whenever you're ready.
Isn't that so cool? So again, they're going to have 3 different target consumers. Not everybody's going to like that. But as an investor, do I have to like something to make money off of it? No. Do I even have to use the product to make money off of it? No. So for example, when the internet came in, I didn't want to go buy stuff online. I did not trust it with my credit card. I thought I'd get hacked. And I wanted to go to the regular store. But over the years, now I do probably 90% of my shopping because it's convenient, it's easy, online. And pretty soon, maybe a year, 6 months, I'll use the metaverse to do my shopping. Because what I like about the metaverse, it's very immersive. I know the size. Imagine you have an avatar it's your body size. You go into a store, you try on the clothing, and you can see if it fits you or not. Versus now you're kind of guessing on some of these platforms. If the clothing is going to fit you, you might have to return it. And again, think about other opportunities. Cows are fitted with VR goggles. Now, don't laugh. In Turkey, what happens? Turkey, the country of Turkey, has different seasons, right? And so in the wintertime, when it's dull outside, no sun, the cows don't produce as much milk. They're not as happy. So for the last few months, last year, they put these VR goggles on the cows during the wintertime, and they look like a sun. They're producing more milk. So it changes everything. Again, I hope you're getting a lot of different business ideas on how you can take this. Also investment ideas. What about doctors? Doctors are very intricate right now. So they're using these VR headsets where they can pretend they're in surgery. They're also the next step. You get the best surgeon, and if he's in America, he doesn't have to fly here. He can put on these goggles and control instruments from around the world. You guys have seen this stuff. The future is happening now, and I want you to be a part of it. And again, to recap this, just like the beginning of the internet, if you had a physical business and you didn't have a website, you missed out. Who would agree with that? Right? Nowadays, if you don't have a website, I go some parts of Asia, I say, can I have your website, a tailor or something? They're like, I don't have a website. I'm like, you're missing out. In the next few years, if you don't have a metaverse version of your business, you'll miss out. And Ken's going to talk about, what's the bridge between Metaverse 2.0 and Metaverse 3.0? He's going to talk about something interesting called Metaverse 2.5, which I personally love. It bridges the gap there. So write that down. So again, follow the money. Where's all the money? If you guys have been watching the news in the last 3 months, you've seen all the money and all the attention. The buzzword is NFTs, cryptocurrency, Metaverse, and all the money's coming in here. So with change comes opportunity. Now, people call this the gold rush of 2022. Now, what happened in the gold rush? Who made most of the money? What happened in the gold rush? Who made most of the money? The picks and shovel guys. So again, sell picks and shovels. When there's a gold rush, sell picks and shovels. So I'm about to give you a list of 6 different companies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 different companies that are taking advantage of the Metaverse infrastructure. Would you like that? Yes. Put yes if you would like that list. Put yes. Put yes. Put yes. Come on. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Write quick. Write down quickly. Okay. These are the top companies that are investing in the Metaverse space. There's Zoom. Okay. You guys understand that Zoom, if they don't do this, they want the virtual world. Autodesk is the software, the CADing software that a lot of companies are using to design these different platforms, virtual platforms. Microsoft, we already talked about that. Microsoft is making money in a couple different ways. They just paid $68 billion for a game company called Activision, 25% above what the stock price was. Why? Because they want that universe of game characters. They want that already done. They're looking for IP. Amazon was shopping. Unity makes a lot of these virtual game engines. Unity. Okay, look them up. Okay, this is an endorsement. Look them up. You guys have the V app. You can check out all the fundamentals and all the good stuff with stock. And NVIDIA, what does NVIDIA do? NVIDIA makes the video cards. And again, can you make money in this space? Listen, I've been in this space for 5+ years now, right? I've got ups, I've got downs. But I just want to show you this. I'm not trying to brag. This is one of my students. He came. I used to have a two-day workshop. It was about 3,000 US, very limited. I'm gonna play this video of Raj. Now listen to what he did. Can we play this video?
Last year, you took roughly how much did you turn it into? The big rat problem. Yes. How much did you turn it into? It's over 350, 6 times, guys. This is the power of cryptocurrency right there.
Guys, I'm not showing you the big numbers. He took $50,000 and in 6 months made $350,000. 6 times. I can't guarantee you anything. You could lose money, but I'm just trying to open up your mind to the possibilities. Now, why is that? Because he's getting in early. He's getting in before anyone else, because most people out there do not understand. Most people in life think of themselves as consumers. They don't have these really cool investor caps, which I gave you guys earlier. So make sure, put it on tight. I'll put it on tight because we're going to get a little bit faster. Now, who am I? Who's this crazy looking guy? Who am I? I look Indian, I look Mexican. I'm from, I'm American, but who am I? So I'm the founder of GCBA. I'm a master trainer for Meta V, which we're talking about. This is the whole new vertical that V College have gone into. And I'm very blessed to be here because of the community is so strong. I'm actually, get this, I'm actually a student of MIP, one of their first programs about 10 years ago. So if you're out there, if you're on the Zoom room and you're thinking, hey, maybe I could do that. I'm looking for coaches. I'm looking for people like you who want to change people's lives. If that's you, put change. You want to help change people's lives. Put that down on the thing. You want to help change people's lives. Next thing, I've spoken around the world. This is not about me. I've taken classes. I've done all this stuff. Personal development coach. One of my proudest things is my little daughter, Ariel, right here. She's cute. That's why I'm here in Singapore. But again, this is me, 2015. I went to one of their classes, 2012. I said 2013. I said, Ken, I want to dive into this. Then I spoke on one of their events, 2015. And now today, I'm so proud that I'm officially part of V College. So, it's my life has transformed. I've done all these cool things, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm most proud of and why I'm here, okay, I'm here because I've helped and ordinary people like you create extraordinary income. And that's why I'm here today. If I get passionate, if I get a little fast, I apologize, because you can tell that, listen, we are at the birth of something amazing. Now, when I got started in cryptocurrency, I think everyone, we get started in life, you think success is an easy path. And I want to tell you, I don't want you to think this is an easy path, because anytime, who thinks that when they were 18, 19 years old, that life was like this? But in reality, who knows that this is what life is? Who would agree with this? Type agree if you understand this is what life is about. You know, in my journey, cryptocurrency, listen, I probably lost more than, people combined. We got through scams, we got ICO pull rugs, we got all these different things, but you don't give up. You don't give up. There's a saying, which I love, Mike Tyson goes, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the mouth, right? Everyone had a plan, making money. Then 2 days ago, Mr. Market, bam, this all, right, as investors. But here's the thing, you don't give up. One of my sayings in life, I tell myself every day, our greatest glory is not in never failing, but rising every time we fail. And that's by Confucius. So if you're like me and you've had challenges in your life and you want to rise above those challenges, I suggest you really educate yourself and follow us on this new path to financial security. We're going to teach you modern ways of how to build wealth through digital assets, metaverse, cryptocurrency, NFTs. Because for me, this equals freedom. This equals freedom. And who would agree with that? Now I'm going to talk about NFTs. Get excited. NFTs. Anyone know what an NFT stands for? Write it down if you understand what an NFT stands for. Okay. NFT stands for non-fungible token. But what is fungible? I didn't know 6 months ago. I didn't know what not non-refund token, non-fungible token. Okay. Fungible. So what is fungible? It's a funny word, right? Fungible. Fungible is something that you can exchange. It's identical. So the dollar in your pocket, the Bitcoin in your wallet, it's a prime example of a fungible asset. Both are easily replaced by something that is identical. So if I take a $10 bill, I can exchange it for two $5 bills, exact same value. Now, what is non-fungible? Write this down, collectible. Collectibles, collectible baseball cards, Pokemon cards, arts, tickets to an event, items and games, real-world assets. You can't exchange one piece of land for another piece of land. They're different. You can't exchange a first-class concert ticket for, a second-class concert ticket. So that's what non-fungible is right there. And with NFTs, we put them on the blockchain. And what that means is if I have this, let's say this is a digital piece of art, okay, a digital piece of art, when I put it in the blockchain, they always know that that's yours, that you own it. Because I can take pictures of it, I can make a JPEG out of it, I can copy it, but they know who owns the original one, okay? They know it's like a copyright. They know who it is. That's what blockchain is. And there's two different ways to make money. And again, I wish I had more time with you, but there's two different ways. How many ways to make money in NFTs? Because again, as an investor, we want to know, can we make money? Two, right? So first off, you can be a creator. Now, I love being a creator. Creator is the best way, the least amount of risk and the best way, okay? Being a creator. So write that down. Number one is a creator. Now, Beeple, you guys heard of Beeple? Beeple's an American, okay? He sold a digital piece of art. For the last 10 years, he did different arts every day. He sold it for $69 million. And all the dollars we talk about are US dollars, 69 million US dollars. Last year, he actually did over 100 million in sales. And you know who he sold it to? You guys know that? To a Singapore crypto investor last year. Now, what's the Singapore crypto investor going to do? Because, I was on a podcast and I heard him. And he says, what we're going to do is we're going to create we're buying virtual land. We're going to create a virtual museum. Put this at the very end. You got to pay $5 to come and visit all this cool artwork, with your goggles. And at the end, it's going to be this. So again, he's going to make money off this. And again, all the big companies, they're not buying and flipping. They're not trading. The big companies, what they're doing is they're creating. And I'll explain why. Dolce & Gabbana, they sold 9 NFTs for $5 million, a limited edition. These NFTs are digital clothes that you can actually put on your avatar. Okay, I didn't buy any of these. Let me tell you, I did not buy Dolce & Gabbana for $5 million. Big companies, Rolex, Hermes, Gucci. So imagine you got a digital avatar and they have a term, write this down, called flex. Flex means you want to show off, right? It's similar to show off. So instead of having a gold Rolex like this, in the real world, you also have a gold Rolex on your digital avatar, right? And so all these different companies are coming in there because they make money. And again, kids are the best creators. Kids are the best creators. This young gentleman, 12 years old, made over $400,000 in 2 months selling NFTs. He's made over $2 million in the last year. $2 million. Can you imagine that? Who here would love to have their kid pay for their college and maybe a house for you? Who would love that? I personally would. Now, are you guys getting some good ideas? Give me a yes or give me a thumbs up if you're getting some good ideas. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you understand me? Excellent. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Shi-Jun. Thank you right there. Here's some other ones. Anyone heard of Gary V? Type in GV if you heard of Gary V. Gary Vaynerchuk. Now, Gary Vaynerchuk, oh, he's incredible. What he did, he's like a marketing, he's written books, celebrity in the US, right? He's got worldwide reach, And so what he didn't just take an NFT, because NFT, most of the part is digital art. He created what's called a mission or the next level. And that includes not just the digital art, but also some other ideas with it. So for example, if you buy his NFT, right, called V Friends, you also get what? A ticket to his event for the next 3 years. Okay, there's some of the NFTs because he sold 10,000 all different levels. Some of them you actually can speak with him, right, for an hour a year. Okay, now how much does that go for? Now, Warren Buffett, as you know, if you speak an hour with Warren Buffett, a dinner with Warren Buffett, it's like $1 million. Gary Vee, his NFTs went for $100,000 to speak an hour. What about Ken? What if Ken offered an NFT, and you could spend 2 hours with him? What would that be worth? $30,000, $40,000, $50,000? So there's so many different options now with these new tokens, where it's not just the digital art or digital song. You also can get what? Other secret emissions and gifts and different things like that. So I'm going to give you a case study. A what? Case study. And this is on Pudgy Penguins. So type in penguins. It's a very funny. Look at these. These are kind of funny looking, right? Not big art. Type in Pudgy Penguins. Penguins, okay? Now this launched in July. I want to show you how quick this thing works, how people make incredible amounts of money. As a creator, I'm also going to tell you as an investor. So as a creator, okay, you can make money. And this is what I like. So this group of artists, they came out with these Pudgy Penguins. And these were 8,888. Let's say 9,000. Okay, randomly generated digital art. Okay, it's sold out in 19 minutes. How many minutes? 19. That's quick. It's like you're trying to get limited seats to see Beyonce or Jay Chow or something. You get click, 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 click till you get in, right? 19 minutes. And people don't buy one. They bought 40. They bought 50. They bought as many as they can. So the creator, the creator made $1 million. These were going for an average about $100 to $150. So, but creators make two ways of making money. I only told you the first way. They also make a second way of making money. And let me explain what that is, okay? So they make the first one off the initial sale. The initial sale is called mint. They make that first money. The second way, they make a royalty off of every resale. Off of every resale, they make a royalty. Type in royalty in the box right now. So again, this was updated a couple of days ago. So if you look at the big red arrow, they resold 46,000 Ethereum. Okay, 46,000 Ethereum. Okay, so 10% of that, because their royalty is 10%, they got 4,000 Ethereum. Now, this was done about a week ago when Ethereum was about $4,000. So I'll use the term $4,000 today as for Ethereum. Right now, it's actually $2,500. But if you take 4,000 Ethereum is what they got, times 4,000 US per Ethereum, they made over 16 million in US dollar profit. That's why people get into and create their own collection, not off the initial mint, off the royalties. Why is Nike getting into it? Nike just spent a few $100 million to buy this company for NFTs, because when they sell the shoes currently in real world, you buy a pair, I got Nikes on, you buy a pair of Nikes. If I want to sell this, because let's say it's a limited edition, do Nike's getting royalty when I sell it in the real world? No, but in the digital world, because it's on the blockchain, it can be tracked. They get a royalty for life every time that thing is sold. And that's why they like it. You guys want to see something close to the home? You guys heard of this Indonesian, right? It's Gozali. Gozali took a selfie. Okay, ladies, no filter, right? A selfie, right? He did it as a practical joke, right? For the last year or two, he's 22 years old. Okay, now look, I love this because somebody from so humble beginnings can make millions of dollars. And imagine if that's you or somebody you love. So he took these selfies. He sold them, write this down, for $3 a piece. $3 a piece a month ago. They're going currently right now for $12,500. $12,500. And when that gets sold, okay, $12,500, he gets 10%. He gets $2,500 every time that's sold. He's made over $1 million in sales just in the last few weeks. Now, could anyone do this? But yes, if you could potentially do a selfie like that. No filters, right? That's real. Anyone can do it. It doesn't have to be fancy digital art. And this young Singaporean, and because of the community, I got my team contacting him to come and talk to us. Who would love to hear his story, right? Who would love to hear his story? Now, he's not the only one. This is Chanel Lee. Have you guys heard? She was in the newspaper a week ago. She spent, because of the community, because of AV, I said, listen, I'm Louie. I'm from AV College. I said, we want to interview you. We want to maybe do some collaboration. She spent 4 hours in her office a few days ago, last Thursday. Now she quit her job. She's 29 years old, quit her job. She was working for a big marketing company, quit her job last year, focused on NFTs. She created 7,600 NFTs. Now, do you think if I can invite her and for the community and we spend 20, 30 minutes and picking her brain, would that be valuable for you guys? Give me a yes or no. Give me a yes if you think that's valuable. Because in this community, it's not all about me. We learn from many different people. I've got a partner I'll introduce you, later on. This guy made, one of his NFT things, he put 50,000 in, 2 days later made 2 million. Now, I can't tell you, you can do it. You might put 50,000, might lose it all. But my whole thing, if somebody else could do it, could I possibly do it? It's all about opening up your mind. And these are real people and they're part of our community. So what do you need to do to get started? Write these down, because we always love to give you practical information. You can walk away. First off, you need to buy crypto from the exchange. One of the Singapore exchanges, and again, Google which ones are legal in your thing. One of the ones I use, something called Independent Reserve. It took me 6 minutes. It's a legal Singapore exchange. Incredible. Second thing is you got to send it to a MetaMask wallet. Send it to a MetaMask wallet. Okay, MetaMask is just like you go to a website, metamask.io. It's like open up an email account. A digital wallet is like a digital bank. It's like a bank account, right? So you send money from your crypto from the exchange or anywhere to your MetaMask wallet, and MetaMask, this wallet or a bank account, let's just say, equivalent to, connects with all the different exchanges. And one of the ones, the biggest one, is something called OpenSea, OpenSea.io. They got millions of NFTs. You create an account and you just hit put a button, upload. It's like loading an attachment. It's very easy. Upload an attachment. And NFTs, again, anything digital you can put in there. It does not have to be a picture. It could be music, could be a movie, could be many different things there. Okay. The second way, okay, so that's the creator side. We learned about creating. That's one way. A lot of people now are doing what they call trading. They're trading, they're flipping, they're trading. And let me show you the two main ways of making money. It's called minting and resale. Minting, write that down, minting, like a mint, and resale. Okay, minting is when you buy it directly from the creator. You're like part of the first launch. Potentially you get the best price. Okay, so like Pudgy Penguins, they minted theirs. They sold all 9,000 of them in like what, 20 minutes? 20 minutes. If you can get on a whitelist now in 2022, you need to get on a whitelist. A whitelist is like a VIP list. You need to get on a VIP list to get on some of these mints, because when somebody goes in, so you think, oh, 9,000, that's a lot. But listen, people are buying 30, 40, 100 of them. And you've got 100,000 people trying to get 30 or 40 of them. It goes by very quick. Okay. And again, don't take my word. Shark Tank guys, you're familiar, Mark Cuban, Kevin O'Leary, he thinks 2022 is the year of the NFTs. These are billionaires. And again, thank you for writing that down, minting and resale. These are guys much smarter than me. So if they're taking a look at it, I also want to take a look at it for my own portfolio. Okay, so let me show you how you can make money minting. Because when minting, what happens is each one of these characters are unique. Some are more rare than others. So somebody got into the Pudgy Penguins. Continue with the case study. Somebody in July of last year they paid $100, 130 Australian for a Pudgy Penguin. They got it. They know what they got. He realized his was very rare because all the penguins are facing, let's say this way. His was facing this way. The only one, very rare. He flipped it that week for $600,000. $600,000, flipped it. Like he sold it to somebody else. Now the Pudgy Penguins, they get upset because they only made $1 million. This guy made $600,000. No, they didn't get upset because they made $60,000 royalty on it. That's why everyone loves this community. It's a win-win-win for everybody, right? Win-win-win right there, $60,000. Here's a Gary V. Now, is his artwork amazing? Gary Vaynerchuk, no, he actually drew it himself. My child can draw much better than this, right? It's much better, but he did it, right? And again, you'll get all this in the replay, okay? So he minted, okay? So the person bought it from Gary V for $10,000 on May 11th, last year. They resold it 6 months later for $260,000. $260,000, what's the return on that? And again, I'm just sharing you ideas to open up your mind that if you missed out on a lot of the other investment opportunities, structural changes in your lifetime, maybe now's the time to really take a serious look at this. And again, people ask, why are people paying so high? Because it's very rare. This one's very rare right here. And again, they use art, and we'll talk more about that. Here's Gary V, right? This is why he's excited. Gary Vaynerchuk has made over $91 million just on his NFT project in the last 8 months. The floor price, write this down, is the minimum price. And what is ETH? That's Ethereum. That's a cryptocurrency. Okay, a cryptocurrency. So 0.5 Ethereum, when he first launched it, was about again, Ethereum was about $4,000, was about $2,000 USD. So just look at, it was a minimum price for Gary V's NFT was $2,000. Now the minimum price is $48,000. Is that an amazing return? Yes or no? And again, you'll get all the slides. Eminem just bought this Bored Ape because why are people buying this? They're buying it because it's unique, it's rare. They're using it also. Eminem uses it as a profile picture on Instagram and stuff. And he paid $460,000 just a couple of weeks ago. And the owners of Bored Ape, the creators, they got $46,000. So there's so much opportunity out there. Now, why is Australian Open going into NFT? Because they want the royalties. They want the royalties. Big companies are getting into it because of the royalties. So again, I know you're not going to be an expert with this, but I just want to open up your mind. Is that okay? So give yourself a break if you don't fully understand this. I just want you to open up your mind and look at the possibilities, because there's many different ways you can invest in the metaverse opportunities. There's cryptocurrency I'm about to talk about. There's NFTs. There's metaverse, projects. A lot of different things right there. So again, this is very similar if you're going to buy and sell and flip than creating. So you buy crypto from an exchange, you send to a MetaMask wallet, connect to a platform, OpenSea.io, you find the NFTs, you click, you buy. Very simple right there. Here's an example. This is Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay, funny names, crazy looking pictures. Last year in May, this was going for a few $100s. Okay, now this one is $276,000. If you click the buy button, if you got the amount of Ethereum, 83 is Ethereum. If you got 83 Ethereum, which is equivalent to $276,000, if you have that, it'll transfer right to you. I want you to look at the bottom of this screen. It shows that 6 months ago, this was sold for 6 Ethereum. Now, what is 6 Ethereum back then? About 25,000 US dollars. And 6 months ago, it was worth 25,000. Now it's worth 276,000, 10 times in 6 months. The opportunity's there. So again, I'm going fast. I wish I had more time with it. I wish I had 2 or 3 days with it. That would make a difference. So here's some ideas. NFT investing strategy. NFT investing strategies. Write this down. Write down Fabric. Fabric. Okay. So you got the founders and creators. Okay. You've got the artwork. Do large audiences like it? I don't care if you like it. Do large audiences like the artwork? So if you're going to buy an NFT to sell, look at the founders and creators. Look at the artwork. Look at the blockchain metrics. How many people are owning it? I would rather be in a project where more owners. So let's say there's a project of 10,000 NFTs and only 4 people own it versus one that has 6,000 people own it. I'd rather be in one that has 6,000 people owning it because there's a bigger demand. Roadmap utility. How does the token have value? Last thing, what kind of importance is it? Was it the earliest one like CryptoPunks? Was it the first one like World of Women about women? So many different things like that. Community. The community, when you go in, is it a friendly community that they want everyone to win, or is it like a pump and dump community? Because with cryptocurrency, with NFTs, with this whole space, is unregulated and you can lose a lot of money because not everyone has the same values that we do here in 8V. Now, here's some security tips. I want to help you guys out. And again, I've only got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes left, so I'm going to go as quick as I can. So I apologize if I get a little bit faster, but don't worry, it's on the replay, and don't worry, there's opportunities that you can understand this. So never use your main email address. Never use the email address ever you give out to everyone because people can hack it, right? I've been hacked many times. Go to Proton Mail. Okay, there's no affiliate relationship. There's a free one there. Go to protonmail.com. All the servers are in Switzerland, so they're a little more secure than, let's say, Google has their servers in US or companies have their servers in China. Second thing is never use public Wi-Fi for trading. I use different VPNs. The one I use is called Nord. It just adds a second layer of protection from hackers. Okay. Second one is I always have 2 MetaMask wallets. I have one that connects online because when I log to OpenSea, everyone can see my wallet address, different things like that. I also have a second MetaMask wallet where I store everything. So I have at least 2 MetaMask wallets. They're free. You can have them right there. Okay. NFT investing strategies. My personal list. You want to get on the white list now. Anything you can do. White list costs $10,000, $15,000, but if you can make $40,000, $50,000. Some whitelists, you find from friends, the biggest thing with the NFT community is join a community and get on their whitelist. Say, hey, we're going to give our community members first dibs at buying this. It's like a VIP list. Second thing is I always buy multiples if I'm able to. So I'll buy, let's say, rules of 3. So if I buy 3 of them, the first one, I try to sell to get, my initial investment back for the other 2. One I hold midterm and one I try to keep, sorry, wrong finger, one I try to keep long-term right there. And then partnerships. So when me and my buddies, when we go in, so maybe there's 5 of us, we got our computers there, each trying to log in, because again, it's quickest fingers win, quickest fingers win. And so if one of us out of 5 gets it, we'll share with the other guys. If it's too complicated, I just avoid it. There's a lot of complicated schemes out there. I recommend just avoid it. I focus on the artwork and utility, because at the end of the day, all you might be left with is a worthless NFT. So I like to look at the artwork utility. I also don't focus on 1,000 times returns. There are people who get 1,000 times returns, but I look at it, hey, that's the exception. The rule is maybe 10, 15, 20 time returns. And again, does this work? Listen, like I said before, our community is strong. 8V, our community is strong. You know, this is, and again, I believe if you hang out with lions, you'll become what? A lion. If you hang out with lazy people, you'll become the 6. If you hang out with millionaires, you become the 6. So the biggest thing I'm excited about with the 8i community is having a strong community. And this is one of our community members. This is Mo. Now, I did not teach Mo anything. He's actually teaching me. Actually, you'll find out people in their 20s and teens actually teach us who are in their 40s and 50s, because they understand this much better and they're willing to take action. They're willing to make mistakes. So Mo's actually teaching me. He's part of our community. And I want you to ask me at the end, you know, if you spend an hour with them, I think you'll learn a lot. But Mo, again, I've got many testimonials. Mo is a Singapore citizen. I brought him so you could potentially relate to him. Singapore citizen, college dropout, but he got started in NFTs last May. Okay, he got started with V Friends. He invested about 80,000 US dollars. He turned it into 1.8 million in 7 months. He also got started with another NFT project called World of Women. He invested about $4,000, not in one NFT, but like 10 or 15. Gary Vaynerchuk, he bought about like 10 or 15. And that World of Women turned into $216,000 in less than 5 months. Now let's play the video from Mo. Here, Mo.
So I got super heavy in the V Friends, at least relatively at that point. I put in maybe 18 ETH to 20 ETH. And I think 7 months later is worth about maybe like 400 to 450 ETH. I just got into World of Women early in August. I put in about 1 ETH or so. I sold some for 50. I sold one for 50. I sold a couple for 3 or 4.
He says he sells it for 50. That's 50 Ethereum. At the time when he sold it, 50 Ethereum, one Ethereum was worth $4,000. So that's $200,000. Now, let me ask you a question. If he could do it, could you potentially do it? Yes. And do you think if he came and talked to our community for a half hour, an hour, do you think you might learn something? Yes or no? Put yes if you would love to have him as one of your community advisors. Put a yes right there. Yes, that's what we want to see. That's why I love, 8i Meta V, because our community is stronger than will. Now, again, I only got like 10 minutes left before they kick me off. Okay, 10 minutes left. So I'm going to go kind of fast. So you might write a lot of notes. You'll get the replays. Okay, are you enjoying this? Give me a number 1 if you're enjoying this. Louie's number 1. Give me a number 1 right there. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Bitcoin cryptocurrency. Now, why should you invest in Bitcoin cryptocurrency? Listen, with the dollar 10 years ago, my dollar was worth more than it does today. My Bitcoin is worth more today. So again, it's about inflation. So Bitcoin in 2012 was $4. When I was teaching this in November 30th, because I used this slide from my old presentation, it was at $4,000. Bitcoin in 2017, some of you guys don't know, it went up around Christmas time, January, to $20,000. And then again, around the same time, it seems like it's a pattern. Same time, it dropped down all the way to $3,000. And what happened? If you didn't have Melvin's mindset, you would have think, oh my God, it's a panic, sell all. But if you had the fortitude, that even though you had some setbacks and got started, today it's about 38,000, 40,000. And here's the beauty of Bitcoin. And there's 10,000 cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, you can buy fractions. All of them, you can buy fractions. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy half a Bitcoin. You can buy up to $1 worth of Bitcoin. So I love cryptocurrency because anyone can get started with $1. Where does people think it's going to go? I don't know, but let me show you some famous guys. This guy is a billionaire, Tim Draper. He thinks by the end of the year, 2022, it should go from 38,000 where it is today, 35,000. I don't know what it is right now, to $250,000. Which changes their opportunity. Now, why is that happening? Because there's a limited supply of Bitcoin, 21 million, and the demand is getting more and more every day. Millions of stores around the world taking Bitcoin. Starbucks, Tesla, Microsoft, PayPal. There's actually crypto credit cards are taking that. And again, Bitcoin is good, but the alternative coins, ALT alternative coins are the best. And there's about 10,000 of them. And I'm going to focus, say, on meta alternative coins. Decentraland, I told you, there's two big virtual lands right now. One is called Sandbox, one's called Decentraland. Decentraland, okay, 1 year ago, January 1st, 1 year ago. So this is how you can make a lot of impact in a short amount of time. 1 year ago, it was at 11 cents. Today, it's about $3. $3, 11 cents to $3. And what about Axie Infinity? It's a game. It's a game, you know. It was 58 cents 1 year ago, 21. Now it's $78 today, maybe a little bit lesser because of the market correction on Friday. So $1,000 invested 1 year ago is $134,000 today. Now, guys, I got 10 minutes left, so I'm just going to give you all I got. So here are some of the top meta coins to watch. Top meta coins to watch, right? Go back. Okay, write these down. Blocktopia, Meta Hero, Epic Prime, Star Atlas, Red Fox, okay? And these coins, here's the beauty. Just because these coins are less than $1. Some of these coins today are less than 10 cents. You want to write them down quickly because I go to the next slide. So even though it's less than 10 cents, it means you can potentially make money. And listen, this is one of my students. A couple of years ago, got started in 3 months after attending one of my classes. He took $200 and turned it into $7,000. Listen to this. Listen to his story.
In about 3 or 4 months, we took a $200 investment. $200 investment, we turned it into $7,000 in a little less 3 or 4 months.
$7,000. Imagine if that was you. Listen, we're just getting started. And I don't have time to teach about yield farming, staking, mining, crypto savings accounts. There's different ways in the cryptocurrency where you do nothing, very passive. You can take your money, put it in a stable coin like Anchor Protocol, and get 20% a year. And again, I wish I had more time. Or if you want to get a little more creative, a little more risky, write this website down, Tomb Finance. You can take your money and get 127% per year. Now, much more risky, but there's opportunity. Again, can you imagine? And again, I want you to imagine if you got started in this and you can make some money, what would your family say? And again, I'm going a little quicker, so I'm skipping. This is Dr. Marcus. I'll skip his video, but he made 500%. 2 years ago, as a doctor, he's not a full-time doctor anymore because he makes more money in cryptocurrency. It's exciting. And right now, you talk about fear and greed. We talked about that extreme fear. And what does Warren Buffett say? When fearful, be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Okay. So Metaverse is your second chance. If you missed out on Amazon, Airbnb, Bitcoin back in 2012, listen, we're just getting started. Last year, they went all-time high. We're about half of where it was last year. It's a great opportunity to get started. I don't know where it's going to go, but based on these factors, I'm very bullish on this. So now the last thing, and I'm going to take about 6 minutes to share this. Last thing, how do you get started? How do you get started? Okay. Put down yes that you're getting, are you feeling a little overwhelmed? Put down yes if you feel a little overwhelmed and you would like some help. And again, I apologize. I wish I had 2 days with you, and I'm going to give you that opportunity because what's been holding you back, maybe you haven't had the right opportunity, the right strategy, the right system, the right support, the right community. Well, I'm going to show you an opportunity. You can get started with us and get all that and more. It's a step-by-step opportunity. And what we call it is called the Metaverse Foundation system. It's 2 parts. It's the education and it's also the community. It's the education. It's also the community. I wish you could just join the community and speak to people like Chanel or Mo or some of these other guys. But unless you have the education, you wouldn't understand what they're going through.